Hey, welcome to or welcome back to Auntiescakery. When I first started posting my cakes on YouTube 6-7 years ago, I made a cake very similar to this and it got a lot of attention. So now that I'm a little more experienced, I decided to remake this cake and talk you through how I did it. Let's go! Starting with some homemade marshmallow fondant, I'm going to drape that over a styrofoam cake because this is going to be a display cake only. Now I'm not connecting it down the sides and you'll see why in just a second. Flip it over, cut off that excess fondant. Next, I'm going to cover the sides, but I'm going to use a mold for this. A quilting mold from Marvelous Molds. I roll the fondant about as thick as the mold. If you're interested in purchasing one of these, I do have a link down in the description box, so you can check that out. Lay it over there and press it in. Press, press, press. You want to get all those lovely details. Then I rub it lightly with my fondant smoother and it kind of cuts off the edge, so I can just peel off that excess fondant. Next, I use piping gel. Now you can use water, but I preferred piping gel because it sticks better. Place that fondant right onto the cake with the mold, and then carefully peel the mold away. Oh, that is so beautiful! Look at that pattern, I love it. I'm gently pressing it on so it sticks tight to the styrofoam. Second one, I match up the edge as best I can. Roll it over. Oh, there's a gap. Okay, so I'm going to stretch it a little gently, stretch them both, and make those sides meet up perfectly. Sometimes I think I fiddle with things a little too long, but in the end it looked really good. With this red fondant, I'm going to create the ruffles on the bottom tier. I'm going to run it through my pasta machine on setting number 7. I just want it to be even all the way through. See, it's still rather thick. Then I'll use a cookie cutter to cut out some circles. Lots of circles. Put a little water or piping gel right there in the center. Take 4 fingers and fold it in. So there's 4 little ruffles there. So cute. Sorry, it's a little fuzzy. Piping gel again. You can use water, but since this is a display cake, I want it to last a long time, I am using piping gel. Just stick those ruffles on somewhat randomly, kind of alternating between top and bottom here. Sometimes I have to use a paintbrush end to get in there and stick it to the white really well. And then readjust those ruffles. Oh, that one looks kind of cool. That's a very unique shape. Oh, I don't like where I put it though, so I'm going to move it a little bit to the left. And I'm not worrying about that dirty spot. It's going to be covered up with white ruffles. Stick one more down there, right in between the other 2. Then I'm going to cut out a whole bunch of white ruffles. And I didn't count, but I'd say I did over 100 of these white circles. So if you're planning on doing this, plan on a little bit of time. First, I'm going to try to work around the red. I want these to kind of support the red ones so they don't keep slipping down. You can kind of see some of them slipping down. So I'm putting it under here to brace it up a little bit. And there's really not much explanation to this, so I'm just gonna let the music play, put it on time lapse, and let you watch. Final ruffles, I'm doing something just a little bit different because there's not much space above those red ones. I just used a half circle and I'm folding it accordion style. I'm going to fluff it out there. Stick that right above this one too. can fit another one in there. This one I'm putting the stem down, pressing it in good, and then folding this over so the top will look nice and clean. Again, doing that on the spots that need a little extra something. There we have it, the bottom tier is done. Now remember the 6" I covered? Now I'm going to pipe some little red stars, but I'm only piping them in certain places. So instead of putting the red icing and just guessing where to put them, I'm pressing the dots in, so when it is time to pipe, I'll know exactly where to pipe. I also covered an 8" styrofoam tier with fondant, and now I'm using some stamps to mark where I'm going to pipe some of these scrolls. And I know some of you are going to ask where I got these. They no longer make them, but Wilton does make a similar set, and I will leave that in the description. Now that I've got that completely marked, it is time to pipe! My favorite thing! I'm using a size 16 star tip. It's quite small. Going to place those stars right into those divots. Oh, that one did not stick very well. Fill in all those little circles with beautiful red stars. Done! That didn't take long at all. Moving to a size 27 star tip, and I am using royal icing. It dries hard. You can find my recipe down in the description. Oh, I did not pipe that very straight. Use a damp paintbrush and straighten that out a little bit, and continue with the piping. I can tell I'm a little out of practice, but I sure enjoy this. It is so relaxing. I hope you're enjoying watching it too. To clean up areas that need cleaning up, and then moving on to the finishing touches. Here I have another marvelous mold. It's a bead mold. Love these bead molds. They make such beautiful strings of beads, and they're so easy to use. Again, I'm using piping gel to glue this on, just around the 8" tier. And then at the bottom of the 6" tier, I'll do a slightly smaller strand. And on the very top, where those two pieces of fondant meet, I'm going to place a tiny, tiny string of beads. Last little bit, I'm just going to cut off that section, squeeze it in, and it's finished. Now this is how I got rid of the cornstarch. Just a little steamer, little circles. Ooh, look how shiny that cake is getting. Shines it right up and dries the cornstarch out. You can watch that cornstarch disappearing on that close-up. And for kicks and giggles, I'm going to put some roses on here. And before you ask, yes, they are fake silk roses. It is a fake cake and therefore fake flowers. And hopefully I'll be able to sell this cake as a display cake. Oh, this video footage is so much better than the last footage I made. I hope you enjoyed the walkthrough and talk through. I really enjoyed remaking this cake. It just makes me so happy inside. Thank you so much for watching this, and if you liked it, give me a thumbs up so I know to make more remakes in the future. I hope you all had a wonderful Christmas and a happy New Year. I will see you next time. Bye.